a good beat. Hopefully it's what it should be. It's your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And it's Drink Champs Yappy Yow. Make some noise! When we think of the West Coast, when we think of a person who's been standing here phenomenal, you think of a person who stood by Dr. Dre's side. We heard he's still running the pharmacy right now at this very moment. He's transitioned and went into another whole direction, and he made motherfucking cars pimping. He has stood the test of time. You see him on Fox TV out here on Empire. He's doing what he gotta do. Still out here with the thickest Cubans in the world. Making the West Coast look good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we talking about the one, the only, the Xzibit! Now, Xzibit, you've been out here monkey-footing this game for a long goddamn time, my brother. You got one of the most memorable videos of all time.
Yeah, what you see is what you get, man. That was crazy.
Of all time. It was the first time we seen a person like, even though it might have not been one take, it looked like one take. Like, it was the first time we was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, that was like, there's a story behind that video. When I was on Loud Records.
Who was the director of that video?
I was gonna get to that. It's a big part of it.
Okay.
So I was on Loud Records, and at the time, it was like heavyweights on the label. And we had a West Coast office, and in the West Coast office, it was me, the Alcoholics, I think Cellar Dwellers was going back and forth, but they was trying to break it into the West. And so we were kind of like on our own island, and we all know you can't go to war from an island. So I had to be more creative in order to impress the New York office. You know, shout out to Mad Life, Scott Free, all those guys.
So you told me that was your idea?
Yes.
Wow, continue.
So I went to I got to this idea of wanting to do this one-shot video, and all the directors that I kept talking to they couldn't wrap their head around it. And so I didn't want to give up on the idea. So there's one director that wanted to actually do it, but he was a porn director. Yeah. And so he was crazy. He's like, you know, I'm shooting all kinds of other wild shit. Why can't I do that? So it was 13 shots. We did it in like 2 days, and then we put that thing out, and then it just took off. And I think that was like the first real impression I got to the music industry.
Well, everybody had to step our video game up. People were like, you fucked the game up, man. Just in case you didn't know that, you fucked the game up. We had meetings about you. We had meetings. We said, what is this guy doing to the mother?
Hollywood shit.
Yeah, what is this guy doing to the mother? Who put the water in the water? Come on, this doesn't allow.
Yeah, but I wanted to do like videos like that. Like that was, you know, I was new to the industry. Like paparazzi, that was my idea to put the orchestra on the beach. Because I just wanted to do other than what everybody else was doing. I've always tried to be like that.
And in true Drink Champs fashion, you're a real Drink Champs, because when I Googled you, I realized that you got married and arrested on the same day.
Absolutely.
On the same day. That is true Drink Champs. And it was DUI, which is crazy.
Only I could do that. You know, first of all, I love being married. You know what I'm saying? It turned into.
Let's give them all, y'all. 1, 2, 3. I love being married too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Continue.
And it was a beautiful ceremony. We had, you know, all our friends and family there, and everything went off without a hitch. I got back to, you know, we were staying in a resort next to the place we got married. And then we ended up getting in the room, and my wife was like, you forgot the box, you know, the box where everybody drops.
The gifts?
The gifts, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the money box.
Right, the money box.
Oh, my.
And so I feel like, you know what? It's right around the corner. I feel good. I mean, let me want to go get that real shit real quick, man. So I hit the corner, got the box, came back out, stopped, you know, was really excited about getting back, and I hit a light, and then lights came on.
Okay, so you did hit a light. So it's not like the police. It's not racial or nothing like that.
Nah, I'm not gonna give them that. I did fly a light.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so they lit me up. So I pulled over in the thing, and I was literally, I mean, it's like this is where I got stopped. This was the hotel.
Right.
You know?
Wow.
And so I was telling the cop, I was like, yo, you know, I just got married. I was just here. It was there. It did this and this. That motherfucker said, oh yeah? where's your tuxedo? I was like, nigga, you know what, fuck you. Just whatever. I ain't got time for this. I was in there for about an hour, you know what I'm saying? And then the folks came and got me. But the next day, it was you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? It was all over the place.
All over
it was
TMZ.
fucked up then. I was mad as fuck. You can tell in my booking photo. I was really fucking mad. But at the same time, now it's a funny story. You know?
Nah, definitely, man.
Only I could pull some shit like that off.
Crazy.
So, now when you described earlier, you said Loud Records, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, we just had Dead Prez on here too, and you guys were like, that was like the epitome of Loud. Like, you guys, Dead Prez, Mobb Deep,
Big Pun.
Wu-Tang, Big Pun.
Yeah.
Like, how is it even being on a legendary label like that? Is it competitive? Is it like you describe it?
Oh, the New York niggas hated us.
Oh, what? I didn't expect you to say that.
See, like I said, it was two separate things.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like when we go to the office, it was like, oh, these niggas is here. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, Wu-Tang was a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? It was super. So it was like we always had to prove ourselves. And then when we got victories.
When you saying we, you're saying West Coast?
West Coast niggas.
And
Cool.
it
You know
was
what
with
I'm
the
saying?
artists or the executives or the people in the office?
It was just like, come on, man, you know what it was back in the day. I mean, come on, it's like we used to it.
Right.
West Coast niggas flying to New York, the radio DJs play the shit when they come from the airport, then, it's there, and then when they go home, it's like, fuck them niggas.
It wasn't like that.
Niggas like that.
Let's give these niggas some Hennessy, man. Let them calm down a little bit.
No, let's keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what, and not now. You know what I'm saying? Because
Now
music
it's too
has
global,
become too global. But hip hop was very regional at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when we would come in, we would always have to be proving ourselves. And so once we started having success, especially like behind What You See Is What You Get, and then when we started doing the Dr. Dre stuff, it was kind of like, okay, it's accepted, and it was a different feel when it came in the office. But Steve Rifkin, Rich Isaacson, all these guys were like really behind what we were doing. And so it was a struggle at first, but then once they saw how serious it was getting, it became something like, we became part of the family.
Right. And what was that a goal for you, is like to be accepted in New York? Because we know
Absolutely.
Because we know, like, for us, it's like, we invented hip hop or whatever, but we in funny ways, we look for y'all for co-signment. Like, we look to y'all to be like, and then, so I don't know if it did ever mean like for y'all to be accepted back.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I remember going and I remember we used to walk down the streets of New York drinking 40s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
With the brown bag over
With the
it?
brown
Okay,
bag.
cool.
You know what I'm saying? Sitting on the stool, just going. I remember taking a train when I went to, by myself to go to see Master Ace. When I first got to New York.
By the way, I don't know why, Xzibit, but it sounds very dangerous. Where was you going? Where would you went?
Well, I mean, I wasn't.
Was it Brooklyn?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I
damn,
think so,
you went on the train to go to Brooklyn?
They always put out of town niggas in Manhattan.
Right,
They don't want to put us in the jungle.
Right.
But I would love coming to New York and sitting in the studios and listening to the vibes and listening to, because out in the West, there's only a few cats that are considered lyrical. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a great point. That's a great point.
And so, me feeling like I wanted to be part of that, I would always seek out people that I felt were lyrical as well. So that's why being accepted in New York was so important.
Right.
I remember going to New York and shooting the, I think you were there too, the Greatest Day in Hip Hop, when they had everybody.
I wasn't there that day. Yeah,
like
that day,
everybody lined up on the steps.
Yeah. And Harlem we talking about, right?
Yeah, that was a really big deal for me. I got a lot of respect for the DJs, the culture, the MCs, the breakdance, graffiti, everything that came from New York. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the crazy shit is? Social media. If we would have had social media back then, you would have realized how much New York appreciated you more. That's the problem, is you can't find these people, because back then there was no way to get in touch.
I knew because I walked down the street and people tell me.
Exactly.
And then people was playing the records and
Because
loaning the
paparazzi
records.
it was well accepted.
It was good, but y'all thought I was from there first.
I mean, I'm from Miami, so I wasn't a part of that.
They was like, this nigga from where?
No, because you was spitting. You was spitting. You weren't play spitting. You was spitting. been spitting. You're like, oh shit, this nigga.
I mean, the whole Licks crew was spitting.
Absolutely,
saying?
yeah.
Now, speaking of the licks, because you got a record with alcoholics where you say drinking a Henny is a gift to you.
Yeah, no, I can drink a whole Hennessy fifth. Some call that a problem, but I call it a gift.
We just want to see you start. Just a little. We just want to see the legendary Xzibit start
bro,
with
let
his
me
Hennessy. With his
Tap that
Hennessy.
motherfucker.
Yes. Hold on. He old school. He made us tap the bottle. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Let me tell you.
All right, only for you, man.
Yes, man. Listen, I hardly Google shit, but when we Googled you, it was a lot of alcohol. Like, a lot of alcoholism popped up.
Yes.
And I said, he's the perfect guest.
Exactly.
Let's go. But you enjoy yourself.
I will, man. Thank you
Yes,
for having me, man. Drink champs.
Listen, because I don't know
Yo.
if you know, but
Cheers.
we celebrate people's careers over here. You gotta sip it when you do it. We celebrate people's careers over here, and for you standing the test of time. A lot of people don't understand how hard that is. Like, you know, I respect these brothers with these 2-year careers and these one-hit wonders and these people. I respect them too the same way, because if they can feed their family, they can feed their family. But by golly gee, if I'm not gonna respect the people that been out there for these eons of years and being able to stand here and can transcend. You was one of the first people, like, I'm gonna be honest, you might have created love in hip hop. Now hear me out. I know everybody like, what the fuck? Hear me out, everybody. You were the first rapper to fuck with reality and make it cool. Through that seed, kind of birthed every other reality show after that, regardless.
I think what we did, Pimp My
Ride. Because Will and LL did it, but they did it scripted show.
Right.
I'm talking about you. This was non-scripted, correct? Pimp My Ride.
Absolutely.
So I think you were like you didn't burp. You killed us, make some noise for this shit. So describe to me, because you know your Xzibit, you're out here in the West Coast, and these people from MTV stepped to you, or was it a production company that stepped to you prior to?
It was a production company. A gentleman named Rick Hurwitz came to me.
Sounds rich.
He came to me and was like, you know, I want to do this car show, because I was getting my cars actually done at West Coast Customs.
Whoa! I didn't know that.
So he and I was just sitting around cracking jokes, making people laugh and shit. And so he was like, you know, you'd be a great host. I was like, fuck you. You know, I'm not gonna fucking.
And at the time, because there's nothing else to compare it to.
Yeah, there's nothing to compare it to.
Right.
So we literally,
please.
We literally did the pilot in one of the camera guys' backyard. He had a friend of his. We literally put an air freshener and put some new hubcaps and watched the shit. Wow. That was like what we did to the car. Wow. And so, you know, he came in and was like, oh, this is great. And I was just fucking with him and making jokes about him in his car. And so they took it to MTV. They bought 10 episodes.
Damn.
And they put us on at like 11 o'clock at night. The show came on, and then it just took off out of the atmosphere, and then we ended up being part of, like, next to the Ashton Kutcher show, the Punk show.
Punk.
They packaged me with Punk'd and Bam, and then it became
Jackass?
Yeah, those
Bam
guys.
Margera,
Wow. And so that's when it really like became like this international.
I'm just counting your money right now.
How many seasons? Was it?
It was 7 seasons of that.
Oh, but I ain't gonna lie, that when they put you together with that's when you knew your tax bracket got different.
No, it did not.
It did not. No ways. With your exposure back.
It did not, and I'm not gonna get into that because it turned out to be, you know, a benefit on my side anyway.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Because you like the exposure and the way that I became a household name was it allowed me to go in and start doing films and start doing my own thing outside of what that is. Now, Pimp My Ride was the catalyst for all of the car shows that you see now.
Yes.
There was no other car show. It was like, I don't think the Speed Channel had even existed when we first came. So it was a lot that was going on with that show. And first it started like, really, what people miss about Pimp My Ride is that it wasn't about me, it wasn't about the car, it wasn't even about the kid, it's about wish fulfillment. It was about somebody.
About what? I'm sorry?
Wish fulfillment.
Okay.
You know, like people at home thinking that this could happen to me.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm
I get
saying?
you're saying. Okay.
And so.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, and so people, you know.
Just like Jerry Springer was the opposite. Like this can happen.
Yeah,
to me.
right. But everybody has you know, if you don't
Right.
have a lot of money, everybody has a shitty car.
Right.
Everybody wishes they could make it look better. I don't have enough to get a new one, but I like what I have.
Right.
And so, you know, once it got away from that and turned into, okay, hold this Sprite can and look this way, and then put the video, you know, games up on the thing, I was like, where is all these checks going? You know what I'm saying? You know, and then they hand me my little fee for hosting, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, man, all right, cool. So, you let me finish my thing because I'm a man of my word. I always complete what I started. You know what I'm saying? I always fulfill my contracts. And so once it was done, it was done. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going and doing films and really like focusing on my shit. And when I first did Pimp My Ride, I was kind of like nobody was talking to me. Like my peers in hip hop didn't have an opinion at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like because
I don't know. Explain.
Yeah, because as you said, this is something that didn't exist before.
Okay.
So cats was sitting back looking like, what is this nigga doing?
Where's this gonna lead?
You know what I'm saying? It's just going. You know, so you can't high five a motherfucker unless you know he gonna win in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like the show was taking away my credibility of what I had already done. You know. And so, because people, you know, I was used to having cats like us walking up to me like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? But and now I got soccer moms.
That's what I'm
coming up saying, give me a kiss. You know what I'm saying? Do you hear my records? You know what I'm talking about? And so then it was kind of like a tough thing for me because it was taking so much time. I wasn't able to tour. I wasn't able to record albums.
Oh damn! I definitely didn't know.
I was there filming. So I didn't have time to put out records.
So how roughly, like one season, how many weeks would it take?
Well, see, that's the thing. It's usually 13 episodes per season.
Per season.
Right?
Wow.
But then, somewhere in the contract, in the fine print, it's like, oh, we're gonna do season 13A.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? And 13B and C and like, hey, hold on, you extending the seasons without upping my shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it was kind of like that's the game, the tug of war that was happening up until they couldn't.
So, like, I hear most people are loving hip hop, and they'll say, you know what, N.O.R.E., I didn't make a lot of money, but I got the exposure, and the exposure was worth it. Is that something that you kind of relate to?
Well, that's what I say to make myself sleep better at night. Wow. But no, all jokes aside, man, I love what Pimp My Ride did. Dude, I can go around the fucking world and people recognize if they don't know me from my music, if they don't know me from my acting or whatever, then they know me from that. And I'll take either one because as I matured, I figured out that Q rating is what's going to dictate what you can and can't do. Because if you're putting asses in the seats, people recognize you, face recognition, then you can work in this industry. You know?
Let's make some noise for that, goddamn. So when did it during the season of filming Pimp My Ride? I'm so sorry. Was it ever not being fun? When like before you knew about the business part of it?
No, I mean even when the business was not exciting. Okay. I think the only thing that because I mean people always say you did some fucked up shit to that car and Pimp My Ride or whatever it was, or people like just a wild shit. Okay. But I didn't do shit to the car. You know what I'm saying? I was in the beginning and at the end. You know what I'm saying? I never fixed nothing.
It out on you.
Right. But I was the face of the show.
Yes.
So that ended up being all of my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so when the bad parts came, they blamed you too?
All of it.
I didn't know that.
All of it.
Oh,
you know, but there was this thing that happened that kind of, if you remember, there was there was a switch of garages. You know, it went from West Coast Customs and it went over to a different garage.
Okay, yeah, I
know,
remember.
And there was an instance where, and I bring that up because I was the face of the show.
Right.
So one of the cars wasn't fixed correctly, and long story short, this kid was driving this vehicle that was supposed to be like damn near brand new, and the steering wheel came off when he was, you know, driving that shit. He put it on the brake and the shit swerved to the side. He was able to get out of traffic, right?
Wow.
So imagine if that shit would have killed him. You know what I'm saying? Who'd be the face of that too?
Wow.
You know, so be careful what you ally yourself with and what you know, it may be huge, it may be great, but at the same time, you gotta be careful of who you are and what you represent to that brand.
How many other shows have tried to came at you and to replicate Pimp My Ride?
Everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can
Everybody.
imagine.
You know, and then the thing is everybody wants to pitch these ideas and everybody wants to, you know, talk about this new. It's not like Pimp My Ride, but it's you're gonna be with a car.
That's
You know, but I mean, it's like, come on, dude. We had lightning in a bottle. It was great. I'm glad we were the first.
Right.
And I'm gonna leave it there, man.
Right.
You don't go backwards.
Are you ever gonna do reality TV again?
At this point, I'm gonna say no.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because because the experience was bad, or because it's just no. Like...
No, I just enjoy doing scripted better.
Oh, okay.
You know, I enjoy being on the sets. I enjoy learning. I'm starting to enjoy directing as well. You know, so I started doing my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? I started directing my own films and my own shorts. And we're very proud of what we've done.
That's dope, man. Let's make some noise for that right there. Now, because I Googled, look, I got two different things, right?
Yeah.
One said you born in Detroit.
Yes.
And another said you was born in New Mexico.
Yes.
You were born in both?
He was born twice.
You was born twice.
I know what it says on the internet, but let me clarify this.
Okay.
I was born in Detroit, Michigan on September 18th, 1974.
Wow.
And,
you a Virgo?
Yeah.
I'm a Virgo.
Hey.
God damn, no wonder I fuck with you. Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. So my mother passed away when I was 9. And my dad got remarried. And his wife wanted to live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So at 10 years old, I moved out there with my new family. And then after I did, I did 7 years. It felt like jail, but I was in there for 7 years in Albuquerque, and then I went to California. So there's a lot of people, because I went to high school in Albuquerque, or all of the high schools. I got successfully kicked out of all the motherfuckers. But I went to Albuquerque, like all the high schools, got in a bunch of trouble. Had a lot of difficulty out there. I was angry that my mother had died. I was, I was, forced in this new family. My dad got married like maybe 2-3 months after my mom passed away, and I just was at a really tough spot. And so when I went to California, I ended up, going by myself at 17, 18 years old.
Were you doing music before you moved?
Absolutely, I was selling crack. Yeah. So I was serving and out there, and it's a small town, and we was 15, 16, driving around in gold BMW and gold Daytons, and it's like the cops knew exactly who we were. There's only 5 black people there. You know what I'm saying? At the time, so it was crazy, and so there was some things, there was a murder that happened, there was a whole bunch of shit in the street, and I was like, I told my dad that at the time, my dad just passed away as well,
Oh, God bless, man.
I told my dad, I was like, if I don't get out of here, then I'm gonna die. So, I'm gonna go to California and see what I can do with this music. And at the time, I was rapping, but it was kind of like it's like a hobby. I would go to like KU&M and go rap on the only rap show they had, and it was like on the university campus. I was rapping under Xzibit A. And so I left at 17, went to California, and ended up, just meeting up with 360, which was a production crew, James Broadway. And then I got with King T. He introduced me to the Alcoholics, and so on and so forth.
And the Licks crew was formed.
Yeah, that's how it was formed.
And so what made you start rapping?
Cause I loved it, man. You know, my parents were very religious. They never let me listen to hip hop. You know, so I had to get it where I could. I used to, you know, have a little Sony Walkman that I scavengered up, and when I went to school, I would get tapes from my homies, and I would listen to it there. Then I started taking it home. And then they found the shit, broke the shit. Every time they found some shit from hip hop tapes, CDs, anything, break the shit.
What were those tapes? What were the early influences?
I bought everything. I bought everything from DJ Magic Mike from Miami all the way.
Florida,
The bass music. Yeah. I listened to fucking 2 Live Crew. I listened to Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. I listened to Just Ice. I listened to all that. I remember listening to the Tommy Boy. What do you say? That first tape they came out with the guys breaking on the front.
Oh shit!
I remember, but I mean, I listened to everything. I wasn't regional at the time because I just loved it. But I felt when I got my hands on the DOC CD.
The Diggy Doc, y'all.
Yeah, the DOC is my favorite rapper. Period.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. So. You know, I started listening to like that. And then when they found them, they would just confiscate or break everything. And so I ended up writing my own rhymes. And I remember writing my raps and then saying them to my sisters.
You
and
remember
shit like
your first rap?
Absolutely.
Nah, you don't remember your shit.
I do.
thought you was gonna say no.
No.
I need to hear a couple balls of your first rap.
No way, man.
You want me to tell you my first rap?
Yeah.
I said, when I was 6, I don't give a fuck. Cause when I was 6, I did a stick up in my Tonka truck. And right here, my lemon on here, that's my first jail rhyme. He was in jail with me. He's in here somewhere, Raheem Booker. I called his government. He might have left after that. But yeah, that's one of my first rhymes.
My shit was called Down With Me.
Okay.
Down With Me is what you need to be, chilling and cooling. If not, you just history, lyric expressionist. Cause I'm the best at this. I pull you over, and then I blow you a kiss.
You blow shit away.
No, that's niggas throwing shit at me.
You got tougher balls than these young guys. That first rap, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard.
But I mean, that's how you know, that's how you can tell when people really love what the fuck they doing. Like, I remember every single step of my journey.
What was your first rap name?
ICE.
My first rap name was MC Yahoo with the ball to bean. Not good. Not good.
No, but neither is ICE. Come on, man.
What did you say your name?
What does it stand for?
ICE.
ICE.
Yeah.
Just ice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that's it.
ICE.
Nothing more.
Oh, ice.
That's it.
Oh, ICE.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so then I was like, oh shit, there's Ice Cube. And there's Ice T. And then,
ICE.
I'm good. Yeah, no. But,
Okay, so you said you moved to California at 9 years old.
Yeah. No, I moved to Albuquerque at 9.
Okay.
And then I moved to California by myself for like 17, 18.
Okay, so 17.
I went right after the riots. I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to LA after the riots like I missed something.
Wow. Wow. So now, you got your foot, and then all of a sudden you get a call from Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Where was you at? Like,
it was wild. I had made a name for myself in LA hip hop already.
Like in the underground and shit.
In the underground, we used to go to this, club called Unity.
I feel like Raz Cass was there too.
Yeah, Raz.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Will I Am.
Okay. Wow.
The
Far Right and all those
the
guys,
Far Right, all those cats. We used to
Wow.
all be in this club called Unity. And so that was where like the rappers were coming from. Project Blow was like another style of another side that was doing the same thing, and coming up. And so there was like this real live, vibrant underground hip hop scene in Los Angeles. And so once Snoop went from Death Row over to Master P's label, the No Limit.
Yes.
We had interaction. I was cool with Snoop, and he's called me and he was like, "Yo, we working on this album. I want you to come get down. I think Dr. Dre gonna do the beat. Is it cool if he call you?" I was like, "Yeah."
It's not please, is this?
Absolutely.
Okay, continue.
And so,
I didn't go front. As you said it came in my mind. Please.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So then A couple minutes later, Dre called me. He tell me, you know, he had Echo Sound. You want to come through, you know, see what you got? I think the phone was still in the air when I was already out the door, man. Like a cartoon shot was already moving. And so I ended up going to the studio. It took me about 15 minutes to write that. And then I laid it, and then I shook his hand, and I thanked him for the opportunity. I didn't ask for who I should send the invoice to. I didn't ask, you know, what the publishing is. I didn't ask what the split. I didn't give a fuck. Thank you, Dr. Dre. I appreciate it.
And you knew it was for his album?
Yeah, he said it was for Top Dog. Yeah, this for Snoop's album. Thank you for the opportunity. Boom. Like a week later, you know, a couple weeks later, Snoop called me. He's like, "Hey, nephew, you know we using that as a single." I was like, "Oh shit!" Then I was like, "My life is about to change." And sure enough, from that was like, you know, as an underground cat, you know, being on MTV, you know, and being pushed across that platform at the time was huge. There was no, you know, online shit that could really like pump it to where it was. It was like the video shows and the DJs were making this work. And so that was my first time really on that type of, you know, top 10, top Billboard, you know, all kinds of shit. And then Dre started being, you know, interested in what I was doing. And so I never once asked Dr. Dre to pay me for anything that we did together because I was already on Loud, I was already on Columbia. You know, I was like, they should be paying you. You know what I'm saying?
That's ill.
And so then that opportunity led to me being invited to be on his record. You know, and then
what was his record? The first record you worked on with him?
that was the Chronic 2001. Yeah. Yeah, and so
Every minute. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, and so you know, he called me in to be, you know, on the 2001, and then we ended up going on the Up in Smoke tour.
Yep.
And that was it, man. It was like it went up another level, you know. And man, that was a very pivotal point in my career.
And how was it just being around that environment? Because, like you said, you went on the tour.
It was fucking crazy, man. What do you think?
Right. This
is fucking crazy.
This is hip hop and roll.
This is like, okay, dude. I went from looking at these guys and reading the credits on their projects to being in the studio and on tour buses and behind, you know, stages and, you know, in prayer circles and getting ready to go hit the stage and, you know, like this was a real like dream come true for me. It was crazy.
Damn. Now, I ain't gonna front. Was that the Up in Smoke tour?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
That's when M was starting. It was going hard too.
It was fucking crazy, dude. It was like the people that showed up to that tour, they saw a piece of history that I don't know is ever gonna be repeated.
No, I don't think so.
You know, to have that many stars at that time and on one bill and have no hiccups and get through it all 40 shows and then get back and really become friends and family and then continue on. That was incredible, man. You know, I definitely cut my teeth on that tour. I had been on tours before, but nothing like that. You know?
Now, on one of 50's famous records, he said, "Xzibit in the cut, smoking all that weed." But do you think 50 was gonna be as big as 50 is?
I remember Eminem playing it before a show. He called me in the room, and he played.
This section is killing me.
He played 50's music and was like, I think I'm gonna sign him.
Who? M.
M.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all in California?
No, we was on the road.
Okay.
We was on Up in Smoke.
Do you remember what he played you? Was it one of the mixtapes or something?
I think it was a mixtape. Yeah, it was the one where it's kind of the black and white cover, and he has the he got the hat on, the bulletproof vest. Well, he always has on the bulletproof vest. Yeah, but I think it was like one of his first joints. And then I listened to it. I was like, oh shit, this shit about to be crazy, because you could hear it in the music. And now, at the music, I was amazed. But to see what he's done with not only his TV presence and his production and his just business.
Yeah, his branding.
His business
crazy.
and branding and his trolling is right up there too.
Oh, yeah.
That's a part of his marketing services.
Man, but I'm not surprised that 50 is as big as he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Were you in the studio when he recorded that? Or he just shouted you
he
out?
just shouted me out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
probably
think Tracy over at the Shady Camp actually is the first one that told me he did it.
Wow.
And I was like, what? And then, you know, it was like, they called me to the video and history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's make some noise for that. So, is this a Tiger Bone time?
I think it's Tiger
I
Bone.
think
Mr.
it's
D, where
Tiger
you at,
Bone
man?
time. I think it's time. Now this is the part of the show. It gets a little weird.
It's crooked
It's a
here?
little awkward. Because we gotta celebrate. Listen, we celebrate your life. We celebrate your career.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let me just tell you something. This is what I hate in the game. So many people want to celebrate you if you're gone, or let's knock on wood, or if something happened to you. People say how great this guy is, and why I can't say that to you right now?
Absolutely,
why
man.
I can't
And
say that to you.
likewise,
You know what I'm
N.O.R.E.,
saying?
come
Like
on,
why?
man.
And that's what I'm saying. Our culture, and when I say our culture, I don't want it to be racial because it's not just black and Latinos. I'm talking about our culture. Period. Like MC Search. He's white, and we should be praising him for what he done.
He's a legend.
You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. We should be praising, and I want to keep continuing to do that. Like I want our culture, meaning hip hop, to let's big each other up. For instance, it's we've been through all the, hurt this guy, hurt this shit. We've done that already.
Let's go forward.
Yeah, let's move forward. And I for one, I've seen your career. I've seen what was the album dropped in '98?
It was At the Speed of Life and then 40 Days, 40 Nights.
40 Days, 40 Nights.
Yeah.
And I dropped in 1998, so I understand. I see, and this should be celebrated.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like hip hop, we're superheroes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Some of us don't wear capes. Some of us do though. Yeah. I'm not a cape guy. But all heroes don't wear capes. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck is this?
Welcome to the club.
Wait, man, what the fuck is I see you trying to slide this shit on me.
I was trying not to talk about that, right? I'm talking about everything but this.
It's not good for any of us, though.
My God.
It's
What
called
the
Tiger
fuck?
Bone. It's a Drink Champs edition.
All right, my
Yo,
nigga.
salute.
Salute, baby, salute.
Salute.
Yeah, fan, man, what the fuck?
Diablo Week.
Oh, ain't that bad.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Come on, look at That's the licks right here, man. The licks crew.
So on the Up and Smoke tour, there's a certain part where you just take a bottle. You used to do that for real?
Man, I used to do a lot of shit. I'm not.
I ain't gonna put. I looked
I'm
at your
not
face when
proud
he
of.
said that.
Yeah.
You said you're not proud, but I ain't gonna lie. The part of you said, yeah, I'm proud of it.
No.
Go ahead.
I used to do a lot of shit that, was not, good for me. And so I had to really evaluate what was happening and kind of like, I don't know if it's called getting old or maturing or whatever you want to call it, but I look at other people and I don't have to learn, by doing the same thing.
Right.
I can look at somebody and know like, oh, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or man, that didn't pan out the way they thought it was, and take that and use it in my navigation. So.
Right.
I feel good about, what I've done. I have no regrets what I've done in hip hop, but I don't do none of that shit like I used to.
Right, no.
I'm running businesses. I have a family. I have things that are very, very important to me.
Right.
And so I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to have unlimited alcohol. I know what it feels like to be able to roll pounds of weed all day, every day. I know what that feels like, but I've never had $1 billion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've never had hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
Not that even material is the goal.
Right.
It's like, how hard can I push my success?
Right.
How hard can I get to where I want to go so I can turn around and help the people I want to help?
Right.
Instead of seeing everybody get help, and pull their other homeboys out and be able to laugh at the cats that ain't in their clique. I want to take care of my people the same way. You know, so that's what motivates me to become more and to not listen to the people that have negative shit to say, but have, you know, I'll take care of the people that want to be in my circle, you know?
Right.
And that's easier than dealing with people that ain't never gonna be convinced,
Right.
you know?
Now, you know what I always say? I say, go where you celebrate it and not tolerate it.
Yeah, exactly,
You know
hell
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
same
Go to
shit.
places where people want you to be there. Like, a lot of us, we want to be accepted in places we shouldn't even care about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about
Yeah, because
being
it may be
nominated for
some
the Grammys. Fuck the
Yeah,
Grammys.
it may be some light over there that you think somebody else is getting, and you admire the sparkly shit or whatever. But oh man, the people that I've expected to be in my corner and be part of my success never were. It was the people that, you know, were sitting there with me when it wasn't glamorous. And then you could see the excitement when something happened for me, even if it wasn't that big, if it was just something.
It was genuine.
It was genuine, you know what I'm saying? And so that's where I'm at with it, man. I used to want to be accepted, I want to be fit in, I want to be around these guys, I want to be in this circle. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it means nothing. Because even when you get there, you find out that them niggas don't like each other either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
the grass is only greener on the other side because the grass is fake.
I thought you guys were a team, but it don't work like that. You know? And so you better off making the people that's with you now the people that's with you then. You know?
Wait, hold on, sorry. Do you still roll with the producer that did Paparazzi? He was your DJ at one point.
No, Thea did the track for Paparazzi. He's a LA producer. I see him, but we haven't done any music together.
Do you remember the first time you came to Miami? Or at least the first time I think.
Listen, he remembers. Trust me.
Yeah? I don't remember the first time.
He
He
remembers.
was probably going through a lot, but.
Whoa, what happened here? What? I wasn't ready for that.
He came to Wynwood actually before Wynwood was popping.
Or when it was the hood?
It was Hoodstock.
Okay.
We had a concert called Hoodstock. Paparazzi was out. It was just vinyl.
Okay, now I remember.
Just vinyl release.
Yes.
And we saw you, my crew saw you, and we recognized you.
Yeah.
And you were just hyped to be recognized.
Yes.
Because you just had a vinyl single out. You wasn't out like that.
Yes.
And then you said, I need to be in Wynwood at this spot called Hoodstock. We were in the beach. It was How Can I Be Down?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And you told me the dude that was with you was either the DJ or the producer of Paparazzi.
Yes.
And I said, yo, I'll take you. He said, I don't know how to, let's go. I had my Pathfinder, and we didn't have room because I had my crew.
Yeah.
Was you flossing with the Pathfinder? I feel like you was flossing. I feel like you was a floss.
I did my thing too a
I feel
little
like
bit
you
back
was
then.
flossing.
And then, so his boy wouldn't sit in the back of the trunk because we wasn't, my crew, we was, you know, we in our seats already.
Right.
He said, I'll jump in the luggage area, no problem.
Right.
And I just remember him he had an Echo canteen with gin and juice in it, and we passed it around. We pull up to Hoodstock. We got to the wrong area, so it was just a fence.
And when you say Echo, you took Mark Echo?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
And MOP was performing on stage with Heather B.
Woo.
And then we start climbing, because there was no way to get into it, so we start climbing the fence. You don't remember none of this?
I remember that shit.
Start climbing
I think
the
it was a
fence.
canteen kicking in at this point.
And since people, you know, we locally, people knew us, they're like, yo, that's crazy, look, climbing the fence. An exhibit? And then he jumped the fence, went on, there was some chaos in the show. It's just a crazy memory.
Wow, damn.
They were gonna kill me if I didn't bring it up. Charlie here, they was there, he was there. Yeah.
What the fuck?
You was wilding out, you was a drink champ before drink champs.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, man. Like I said, man, we had a lot of fun, man. We had a lot of fun with it. We did not let off the gas whatsoever.
Right.
You know, and we had fun with it, man. But I think, you know, me looking back at that time and seeing, I did exactly what the fuck I was supposed to do. I was young, I was a teenager, I was, you know, I had a record out. You know, I had come from the most shittiest shit show you can think of, and I was having fun, man. And I just think, I'm just thankful for the experience I've had. I'm thankful, you know, for people that understand me and have those memories, can remember that shit for me, because God knows
We got a glazy ass picture to go with it too.
Yo, but I'm glad, man. It's like, you know, we didn't have social media back then. Like now you can turn on your cell phone and you can record the memories, and you know it's gonna mean something. Other people are gonna see it. But we have that up here, man. It's like we got pictures here and there of moments, but that time, that energy, I don't know, man. It feels really special to me.
Nah, it is special, man. That is special. Now, in 2000, Dr. Dre executive produced the album Restless. Now, if people get a beat from Dr. Dre, you might get a verse. Sometimes an ad-lib. Not too many people get executive produced.
Right, and not on Interscope or Aftermath.
If you're not on Aftermath, yes.
Right.
You did this on Loud?
On Loud.
Woo. How? What did you do? what kind of naked pictures you had? I'm just playing.
No, actually,
Xzibit was the Kendrick before Kendrick in terms of like Dre dealing with him.
Actually, that question takes us back to the top of the conversation. After we had did What You See Is What You Get, Loud said go back and make another album. They didn't want to film another video.
Wow.
And Please hadn't come out yet. It had come out, and that's why I got so mad. Okay, so I got extremely pissed, and so Steve Rifkin was, saying, yeah, it was good, but now imagine if you come out with more music. I was like, you didn't even promote the music that we just put out.
Wow.
So I got pissed, and I just left on tour.
Wow.
And I didn't want to do an album. I just refused the budget. And so, Steve Rifkin, shout out Steve Rifkin, I love you, man, but I'm just telling the truth.
Gotta tell the truth, Doc.
Tell it.
Steve, Steve tried to show up to the first Up in Smoke show and was turned away at the gate. Because they asked me, and I felt like, why should you be able to benefit off something that you had nothing to do with? This relationship that I built with Dr. Dre and Snoop and all these guys is on my accord.
Right.
And so then it was like, okay, so I'm just gonna go, and even though it would be so opportune for me to record an album, you know what I'm saying? I know you're not gonna do right by it, Right. So I just went and started working. Everybody thought I was on Aftermath. Everybody thought I was on Interscope.
Wow.
And so then Dre knew what I was going through, but that's about it. And so afterwards, at the end of like midway through the tour, Dre and Jimmy called Steve in and asked, okay, so we love Xzibit, we love what's going on with his career, we love, working with him. We know, you brought him to this point. How can we get him over here with us to, be with us? And Steve said he wrote a number on a piece of paper that Jimmy Iovine was like, really? So it kind of kiboshed it. And I felt like Steve was trying to fuck my shit up. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, man. And he's like, you're my son, I started with you, we're gonna do this thing together. I was like, bro, you didn't even want to film a video where we had the #1 shit across all hip hop. What are you talking about? So I was at odds with the label. And so then when we finished the tour, he was like, let's go do a record. Let's do this, whatever. I was like, yeah, Steve was like, do this record. I was like, I'm only gonna do it if you take care of Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre was like, you're gonna pay me this, and then we're gonna fucking do this. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna get it done. But I don't want this money to come from Xzibit. I want it to come from you.
Wow. That's what Dre said.
Dre said.
Jesus.
And that's why the record is out.
That's some honorable nigga shit right there. We gotta promote that.
Yo, Dre has always been 100,000% with me, and I will never say anything derogatory or negative about him. I will always be by his side. I will always ride with him. You know what I'm saying? That's my nigga. He's my friend. You know what I'm saying? He's my mentor. He made a lot of things happen in my career that I never thought would happen. Right. So, and we still to this day, you know what I'm saying, have a rapport that, we can sit in the room and chop it just like this, on some real shit.
Right. And are you involved with the pharmacy? Is that true?
Right now we're on a hiatus. I think everybody has other stuff to do.
Okay.
I think I think the Anderson .Paak program, you know what I'm saying, is definitely doing what it has to do. Congratulations to Andy.
Yeah,
you know, he over there, he killed it.
I seen him in Noble.
Yeah.
Malibu.
I love his new record, and so that's what they're doing. Beats One is still going strong. Shout out Zane Lowe, you know, Eddie and Johnny, all the people over there at the pharmacy. So right now, if they bring it back on the air, you know I'm gonna be right there.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. So what was your role when we was doing it on the?
I produced the whole show.
But that's what they said. You was the executive producer.
Yeah.
Nigga, he's out here getting all kinds of bread. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. Let's go into California for a little bit, because if you're in New York, you got to be involved with, you know, you got to be like 5%er. You got to be a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you got to be a Blood or a Crip in New York.
Man.
That all started from California.
Gang rules. Yeah.
You know, which is crazy because it's like, you know, hip hop. Like, we gave y'all hip hop and y'all gave us gang culture now. Now in New York, now it's real gang culture. Like, it's actually places where you go and you could actually tell that this is all a Blood section and this is all a Crip section. From the same thing that I used to go to y'all neighborhoods and see.
When it wasn't there before.
Not in New York.
Not in New York.
Not in New York.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like, what's your opinion on how gang culture just exploded everywhere?
I think, you know, the dynamics of gang banging in Los Angeles are very complex.
Right.
I came in when I was a teenager. I hang around a lot of Crips. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of Blood friends, but mostly I hang out with a lot of Crips, and I see how it go.
I don't think I've never seen you in a red outfit, definitively.
No.
Like you ain't had, like you might have had red on, but I don't think you ever had a full red outfit.
No, I mean, it's.
Am I bugging or?
No, you good.
You
right,
yeah. All right, you can make some noise for me being accurate. Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, I never, you know, claimed the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I hung out with a lot of cats from Venice. Venice Showline is, you know, that's where I was hanging out. But you know, coming from where I was coming from and being around that, because there was Crips that would come to Albuquerque to get weight.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? From California.
Wow.
Because it's right there next to the border.
Right.
And so I would be able to come to LA and already have an affiliation with people that I met doing that. And so that's when I got to LA, I was embraced by these cats. And you know, they had an apartment, and then, you know, I ended up, you know, that's where I met my first son's mother. You know what I'm saying? And so from there, it was like I wanted to be all in. They was like, nah. You going to do this music shit because you're good at it. So you can't sell no weight with us. You can't run no missions with us. You can't do all that shit, nigga. Show me what you wrote today. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of like how I viewed it, and that's how I saw it, and that's my view of where it was. Now, when it started traveling, there were no Bloods and Crips in New York when I first went to New York.
No.
There were no neighborhoods like that. There was no niggas that even knew. They thought it was silly. They used to get mad at us even on records. Like, I remember, like, you know, it was like a thing to warp about how whack the West Coast niggas was for cursing and gang banging.
I don't remember this.
You're
Black
part of
Sheep.
it, buddy. No.
Black Sheep. Listen to Black Sheep. You know what I'm saying? And they had like this skit where it was like a real, like, fucking gang banging is whack, calling this is whack. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But they could have meant that about New York, because remember, we had Zulu Nation in New York.
Right.
It probably wasn't as powerful as Bloods and Crips,
Right.
but it was considered a gang. Zulu Nation, we had 5%, so they could have
Understood,
been.
but it was
coming
more
together
about
all
that.
the
I don't
biggest
think
gang
they
in
were
New
just
York.
in the West Coast.
No.
Let me just say that.
No,
but,
understood.
Okay.
Now, I'm not taking
But
it
didn't
like that.
LA have the skit? That's what I'm saying. Like,
No, that's
I'm just saying that what he's talking about.
fast forward. I'm talking about the origin. I'm talking about the
I'm talking about
origin.
he's talking about the skits.
No, I'm talking about the origin. You fast forwarded way too.
Hey, I'm just
You
gonna make
go way
this
too
skit.
far. Hey, man, shut up, all right? No, but continue.
Okay.
He went way too far. He got to stop.
No, but then, you know, then when it first started, I gotta admit, man, niggas was like, You got to be kidding me. You can't.
Gangbanging.
Yeah, you can't have Bloods and Crips in New York. It's just not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Ain't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But then, as you know, because it's not.
But that's like saying
I
hip
know,
hop
I know,
ain't
I
supposed
know,
to happen
I know,
in the
I
West
know,
Coast.
I know, but
Right.
but follow me.
Yeah.
So in that world, as that world operates, it's cats coming from LA to New York.
Yep.
And they going into the jail system,
Yep.
and they surround it, and they spread the
that's
word.
spread the word.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the word gets spread, and now it's neighborhoods in New York because who's to tell this kid from Brooklyn that went to jail and banged the shit in jail that he can't come outside and do it, even though he never stepped foot in Los Angeles.
And except that he's actually claiming.
Right.
Like he'll say
at this point,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like it'll be a grape nut Crip in New York.
You said grape nut?
Like Grape Street?
No,
Excuse me?
Grape Street.
Screw my bad.
Yeah, I was saying grape nuts is a
that's what I meant.
cereal.
Yeah. Come on, you know
You said grape nut.
You know what I meant. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. You know, that's my people. That's my Grape Street niggas. That's my people.
there you go.
But you know what I'm saying? So if a person bang Grape Street and it's from Harlem, it's kind of crazy because that's not
where they from, usually.
Yeah, you understand
So
what I'm
the
saying?
same sets follow? They follow? They claim in sets in LA?
Sometimes it is because they follow their OG set.
Yeah.
You understand? So they'll say something.
I don't know how it works.
Like dude who put them on, you mean?
Huh?
Like dude who put them on? In
No, I'm
jail?
just saying, let's suppose, if the guy who put them on is from a certain set, and that set is from California,
right?
They'll claim that set and still be in
I don't know. I don't know how the transfer program works.
right. But some California gangs accept
Absolutely, and why
some
wouldn't they?
do not.
And why wouldn't they? But you know, and some guys are like, you know, that ain't real gangbanging because you know you look at the way the Tekashi kid was represented. You know, it offended a lot of real, you know, moves back at the crib, and the fact that there was no, I mean,
it offended moves in New York.
Yeah, paying homage to what it really represents, because this cats did, you know, that really died for that shit, you know. And,
the real talk.
Yeah. And so to make a mockery of it and just become like it's a, you know, it's a thing.
It's not a mockery no more, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I don't wish no hate on it. I ain't talking about the kid to say nothing.
Me neither.
I'm just, you know, that's just the example. Like you look at YG and you look at how he, you know, the kid is reputable. You know what I'm saying? And he really banged that. So
I've never. I'm sorry, like to change it up a little bit, but I've never seen someone wreck themselves in front of like the audience like that ever.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like what happened with 6ix9ine? Like what happened with him? Like he was warned plenty of times. Everyone, you have 15 examples of when you do it like this is exactly where it leads to, and he paid attention to none of that.
Like what Joe told him.
This is exactly what I'm talking
No,
about.
but I think it's different. I think we've had tragedy in hip hop before. I think we've seen like super fucked up shit that's happened in hip hop. But I think what's different about him is that we live in this time where everything is recorded. Everything is documented.
He did it like this.
Yeah, it's like he filmed himself into the thing.
Yeah.
And that's the dangerous part. It's like everything ain't supposed to be, you know, displayed to the public, especially if you living in that world. And I think that we living in an age now where all of that is out the window. I mean, you see somebody struggling.
I don't know if you've seen the new footage. The new footage, TMZ is the worst FBI people ever. By the way, I like Harvey a little bit, but the shit that he just put out. Listen, they had surveillance of 6ix9ine filming his friend filming
the conversation?
Somebody robbing on the shit.
Oh my God.
And then they had someone filming him.
Yeah, and then
Like,
they just
who do
put
you
it
get
up.
to do that? And then they just
Hey, who gave up that footage?
And how does the FBI not say, oh, I'm gonna use this in our investigation? Why isn't no one saying TMZ is the snitch? No one says that. No one says TMZ is the actual rat. They're the ones alligating, they're grabbing these footage, they're throwing these people out there, and no one blames TMZ for nothing. Because why? They're civilians? I don't think you're a civilian if you're digging into gang shit.
Yeah.
You should be accounted just like a gang. You gotta pay some tax, TMZ, Harvey.
Oh, man.
I don't know, I went too far. No, but I'm saying, just to keep it real, TMZ is the new feds. TMZ is the new feds. Yeah. People would rather go to TMZ and get paid from TMZ, have their name anonymous. Like, you think
they paying for that footage, you say?
Who?
I mean, TMZ, I'm assuming.
They paying, no,
it's just bad news sales with them.
Listen, how the fuck do they have the footage of two people shooting at the back of a fucking
And the
house?
camera's moving.
And the camera's moving. Like
it's not a stationary camera.
Yeah,
the
this is
camera's moving.
Like someone's following the shit, like they know what's going on.
Come on.
Or I don't know, but I think they just recording some wild shit. It just so happened to be them. You know what I'm saying?
You ever thought that we'll be our own paparazzi? Because that's essentially what's happening right now.
That's what social media is.
People not even being followed. You're sending out your own dumb footage to yourself.
Yeah.
Niggas is like this. I'm gonna kill you. And then they putting it out and they saying, they snitching. Huh? Nigga, you sent this shit to World Star.
Exactly, right.
How's you know?
No, I think that we come from an age where, remember, it wasn't cool to do commercials. It wasn't cool to be associated with a brand.
Like it was crazy when Wu-Tang did the Mountain Dew shit.
Yeah, you selling out. You selling out.
No. But then Wu-Tang did St. Oz commercial and they left them back again.
Yeah.
Big did it, Meth did it. Yeah.
But you said Mountain Dew came first?
No. I think the St. Ives is first.
Okay, we're back. Continue.
But it was, it wasn't cool back then. But now, fast forward, also everybody talks about as being a brand or want to be on some screen time. They don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just wild to see how things change. I think there's a negative and a positive that comes with that. I think that we have the opportunity to cut out the middleman, and we are able to create our own revenue streams. But on the negative side, I think that some of us aren't ready to be on camera yet. Wow. Because it brings out the worst and the most ugliest sides of us that are sometimes portrayed, and then it becomes more fuel to the fire for the people that hate us. You know?
But where did this like want to be instant famous shit start
Everybody
from?
look.
They want to be famous for nothing.
Like Heckler on a
was it Superhead?
Oh
shit.
Damn. You took it somewhere else.
I'm sorry, I went
I
too
was gonna
far.
keep it music. You went some other direction.
No, I'm just saying because
Shit, Superhead.
no, I'm just saying no.
To be Insta famous?
I don't have no beef, Shorty.
No.
I don't think I've ever met her, to tell you the truth. People think that's not me. That was Jada Kiss line. Superhead.
Right.
That was not my line.
Thanks for clearing that up.
I definitely needed to clear it up. But what I'm saying is, she became famous for a certain, but people didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all these other people who.
But she did that before social media, though.
Yeah, but that trickled down to it. That actually made.
I mean, that's a part of it.
That's what I'm
What I was
saying.
gonna say is like, my dog Heckler, he said a line, and he's like, there's no more fans of the music anymore. Because the fans themselves
are stars.
now, because of social media, they
stars.
themselves believe they are artists.
They want the views and clicks.
Right. So why are they gonna be your fan? No.
Exactly.
Follow me.
That's true.
I'm gonna do some
No,
shit.
now they're your peer.
Yeah, they're your peer.
that's
Exactly. So they
So
don't even look
everybody's
at
a
you.
star now.
Exactly.
Everybody's a star.
Everybody's
You
an
just
artist.
happen to be a little further than
I just haven't
That's
got
the
enough
idea.
follows yet.
Right,
I'm not there
exactly.
yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody has their own goal. Like your goal might be, you know what? Let me get 200 likes today, and I'm the man. You wake up, you get 200 likes, you're like, nigga, I did. And you going outside, you getting your, you know what I mean, your little loaf of bread.
Man.
You like, yo, my dude. Everybody like, yeah, everything good? I got my 200. Yeah, and now that's your sense of accomplishment. And now that's why the music business is tanking, is because no one wants to buy your record.
Yeah, no, there's
why
no
you
more
buy your
fans.
record? You can buy
Right.
my own. You're like, damn, everybody wanted to be the dealer.
Right.
Who is the clients?
I
Who
don't
the fuck are we
know,
selling
man.
to?
It's not music, it's just content now.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
just
there's
streaming.
the trolling, there's all
Yeah.
the crazy shit going on. Like, look, Charlie met it when we went to Philly. Charlie met some chick in the street, and she looked at how many followers he had to see if she wanted to talk to him. Right, Charlie?
It got awkward. But that's ill. Wait a minute. Say the story again.
He said it got awkward.
He's trying to use social media to connect. Like, yo, let's exchange whatever. What's your IG about?
Because I noticed that now. That's people who say, "What's your IG?"
Exchange the IG.
They don't say your
phone number.
Nah, he want to do the Facebook or the Instagram, and then she looked at his followers. She's like, "Oh, you ain't really popping like that, dog." Like,
whoa. Wait a minute. Wait.
She had more followers than he did.
I don't fuck around with IG. They asked me how many followers I had. I said, I got a lot of followers.
Wait, they ask how many followers you
Yo,
got?
I was the first time I seen that, but I could imagine. It makes sense to me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm out the game.
Man, what
I don't even know how it go, man.
Man, I feel sorry for the new generation, man.
Yo, that's terrible, man.
I feel sorry,
And
man.
he's the old generation, so imagine.
I'm semi-young.
Semi.
So, you ever been disgusted by the hip hop game?
The new hip hop?
It don't matter, whatever point you want to. You know I'm talking about the new hip hop, but go ahead. We can be political about it.
I wouldn't say disgusted, man. I just don't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the point that I am, when I go digging and looking through hip hop right now, I find myself kind of like I don't understand where they're going. I just want to be. I want to be brought up to speed when they get there. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see the best come out of this. You know. And so, because I love hip hop, there's been dirt shit when we were, first coming out too.
Right.
And so now it's kind of like there's so much of it. I think
of the dirt or of the hip hop?
Of hip hop.
There's just more people trying to be artists.
There's more, like you said, we just talking about bouncing off everybody being an artist now. Everybody with a laptop and a fucking phone right now can put some content out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the shit that pops, like I'll wait for that, and then I'll look at it, and I'll be like, I wonder why they like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, let me see. I try to find an upside in it, and when I can't find an upside, then I just put it down. You know, I listen to a lot of satellite radio. I try not to stay like stagnant. I want to be, up to date and figure out what's going on, like Blueface, and listen to that, and then I'll listen to like G Perico, then I'll listen to, I listen to everything that's kind of like what everybody is looking at. I'll peek at it and see if they there yet. You know what I'm saying? But then I'll look at, lyricists, and I'll look, I listen to Static, you know what I'm saying? And Scram Jones and cats and see what they own. And then I, because the LA DJs, the big radio stations, they just got the
I'm gonna throw
playlist.
out there, Scram Jones and Static. They play that on Shade 45, but they be in the Q Club on the White Boy Club playing some other shit.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, because they
be
took it
out
to
there
their
playing
audience.
Kwame with the polka dots. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm fucking with him.
But tell them to bring back the Baker Boys to the radio in LA.
Whoa.
I can't.
And shout out to
I
DJ
wish.
Head out there too, man.
I wish, man. I mean, it's different cats out there that's trying to push the culture, man. But I think I feel like I'm still looking. I'm a lyricist. I love I love that about hip hop. I love when I can see a picture or feel a vibe or know where somebody is at and not even be there because of what they're saying. I like being taken on a journey. So. If that don't happen, then I'm not attracted to it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand. Like, there's a trap, and then there's, there's people like that vibe, and then there's people that just like the beat and don't give a fuck about the lyrics. All of these different aspects, and then now it's rap sung categories in the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. So it's like I see it evolving. I'm just waiting until it gets to its better state.
God damn. Let's bring Crooked Eye in here, man. Let's make some motherfucking West Coast snow. Yes, sir. Make some noise for Crooked Eye.
We gotta find out. Because we call you Crooked Eye, and I know you changed it to King Crooked.
King Crooked Eye, man. That's it.
King Crooked?
But it doesn't matter? Does it matter to you?
Don't matter.
Okay.
Now let me ask you something. Now that I'm looking at you smoking a cigar, when I see any guy from LA smoking a cigar, I think of one thing. And I need to ask both you guys, two kings of the West Coast. did Suge make the West Coast better? LA better? Or
leave that
is
to
it
you.
worse?
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely put on for the coast.
Right.
You know, he was a well-established West Coast label that's going down in history. So if you feel like
Yeah,
that's
it's
something
historic
positive,
what they did, regardless.
then that's positive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He brought a lot of Bloods and Crips together. You know what I mean? He did,
Which is a good thing, correct?
You know, he did a lot of good things too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like he would rebuild nurseries that burned down, or you know,
word? Never heard of
every
that.
year he had a Mother's Day feast in Beverly Hills where he go to the hood and pick up all the mothers. You know what I mean? And take them to Beverly Hills, buy them something nice to eat, and you know, kids that haven't seen their fathers. You know what I mean? Incarcerated. He would charter buses on Father's Day and send the kids out to go see their pops and all that. Like he did a lot of things, man. But as far as for hip hop, I just think I like to judge somebody by how they treat me. And when I was on death row, I was treated well. You know what I'm saying? I was treated well, so I ain't got nothing bad to say.
That's real. That's real. You ever thought the West Coast would be where it's at right now? Like, you know, we got Game out there, we got E40, we got you two guys, we
Kendrick,
got
man.
Kendrick,
Killing it.
Nipsey. You thought the West Coast would maintain as you know what I'm saying? Because
West Coast is its own planet.
exactly.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's like
You know what's a good thing about y'all? Y'all can go platinum just in LA.
yeah.
If
I
you
mean,
want
but
it.
no, it's not even about record sales. It's about the status and the respect that people have for each other in LA. Because you said it's gang culture. I mean, when you got legendary shit, like there's still people that recognize and love Radio and Joe Cooley. You know what I'm saying? There's like, once you hit that status, like we have concerts in LA where you see rappers that, you know, maybe been on, you know, like recently, and then you got cats that can come back from as far as 20 years ago and still have the same crowd
I
response.
think Arabian Prince was doing a show the other day.
He said Arabian Prince.
Man,
You
I mean, but
talking.
it's like people respect that.
Right.
And you put on for the W, and that's what it's about, because the rest of the world ain't really putting on for the W. We got pockets of support, but I mean, when everybody loved the West Coast, everybody loved the West Coast, but then it moved, it went to the South, it goes back east, it moves around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but on the West, I mean, we always celebrate the West, you know?
Right. I respect that.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Joe Buttons would be where he was at?
If what?
Like, I mean, did you ever see this coming? Like, cause wasn't you and Joe, y'all got cool because y'all was sparring lyrically like a little bit?
I mean, me and Joe, we wasn't sparring. Him and Royce was sparring lyrically.
All right, that's why I got
Didn't Royce
confused.
tell us
Right.
that?
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Him and
yeah,
Royce was
yeah,
sparring back and
yeah,
forth,
I
you know what I'm
got
saying? Joe hit this kid, Nino Bless, and asked him if I could turn the record around for him in like 24 hours. So, you know, Nino was like, yeah, you know, so he sent me the record. I got on the record was called Slaughterhouse. And that's how, you know, Slaughterhouse started, you know, produced by my man back here. Scram. You know, it's partly your fault too, man, Slaughterhouse. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big
That's
thing.
big. That's big. I didn't know
Make some
that.
noise for Scram.
That's real.
Right.
But yeah. Did I know that he would be where he is as far as Media Joe? Yeah, in this era.
Because I see you did
Joe.
all fairness. Let me tell you the way I'm going with it. I seen you do a blog where I don't know if it's called a blog or whatever. I just see you addressed it, where you didn't agree with his opinion of Eminem.
Right.
And I felt you because sometimes, even if that's how you feel, shut the fuck up. Like, kinda.
Right.
Like, and I'm not saying, you know, but
Right.
but I am saying
Right.
that. Like, if you my brother and you my brother, sometimes
Absolutely.
my opinion of you, even if it's bad, that should be between me and you.
Yeah, go direct to the source.
Is that
I
where
mean,
I'm?
yeah, you're accurate. I mean, I just felt like his approach was wrong. Like, you know, if you don't like something,
Right.
yo, it's not for me, I don't like it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cool, that's the homie. You know, this ain't for me.
Right.
But when you say something is trash, you shit on Paul Rosenberg's rollout. You do, you taking it a little further, and then I know the backstory.
Right.
I know that there were some issues that you felt against the label. You're not giving a fair critique now. Because now you got malice behind
personal.
what you say.
Yeah.
It's personal.
Yeah.
And then my whole thing was like, listen, man, just keep it a buck. You know what I mean? And eventually it came out where he's like, I felt like I was better than them for 10 years, this, and that, and they took me off this record. Eventually.
Can we address that?
I mean, we could address anything. I'm on the champs, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I like Joe Buttons. I like him as a person. I like him as an artist. But I'm not sure of that statement.
I mean,
being better than M for the past 10 years.
He said that?
He did say that.
Right.
I mean, every MC's supposed to feel like they're the best.
1,000,000%.
Right.
So I give you that much space.
1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000,000%.
But I now that you said that, I think you got to back it up with more than just a statement.
Correct.
Because M came at you. Where you at, Joe?
Match it with the music.
You said you was better than him for the past 10 years. He gave you a few bars.
And you can't say
Yeah,
the
you-
retirement is just
You gotta,
all bets are off.
yeah, you gotta back it up now. You just
Yeah.
said this. So, if you don't back it up, I don't think that you even believe that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is very interesting.
Isn't Rory here somewhere?
Where is Rory? Where is Rory?
I saw
This is what we need him
We
to
call him back.
give us
It's
an
Joe
input.
Buttons guy was here. Hold on, wait, let me just say, I'll pay for your Uber. Come back, nigga. No, I think it's interesting because, one thing I know is that you guys got respect for each other. I think that, I think what you said was accurate. It was like, yo, listen, I don't have to like everything my man does.
At all.
I don't.
Right.
But it's a way my approach.
Yeah, it's the approach.
Yeah. Like now.
And then keep in mind, like I'm signed to Drink Champs Records, right?
Right. Yeah, let's make
We
that.
can make that happen. We'll incorporate the record label tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? I got some hot shit. But I'm signed to you guys. I do everything that I'm supposed to do, and you guys do everything you're supposed to do contractually.
Right.
Right?
And things don't work out.
Say things don't work out, but outside of the contract, I get jammed up on some real life shit, right?
Right.
You guys come to my aid
Right.
like that in a major way. I would never forget that.
Right. That's real.
I feel like Joe forgot that when he was saying what he was saying. You feel me? Like I don't forget solid shit.
Right.
That's just not how I'm cut. Like I even remember, you probably don't remember, when I was young on Death Row, I came out, me and Suge came up to a session you was at.
Soundtrack Studios, 21st Street and 8th Avenue, sir.
Man, my G. and you was making sure we was good. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
On that good
you
level.
do remember that.
You
Okay,
feel-
I thought I didn't remember. I didn't think you remember.
No, I remember. I never remember solid shit.
Right,
You feel? I never forget solid shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I would think that as long as M and Paul didn't cross him in no certain kind of way, I would think he would have enough respect to just be like, yo, you know what? I ain't gonna step on the gas on this one like that. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I'm just gonna say that. I don't like it. But it is what
Which
it
is fair. Like, you just can't like every game that's played. You know what I'm saying? So, but then it's a difference. I get what you were saying, and although I don't think it hurt him in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but voicing your opinion sometimes it can be hurtful. It can be, especially coming from family members. You know what I'm saying? Like especially I don't know how you guys had family structure. I don't know if that was the case, but if that was the case,
it definitely affected Slaughterhouse.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of
it
course.
definitely did, because me and Royce was behind the scenes working, trying to get the album out to the people. And that was like a grenade, you know what I'm saying? He took the pen out and tossed that shit.
Hold up, boy, you hit me back. About to hit Wood Tavern. Come back, come on. But it's, I'm trying to do some dumb shit. I'm sorry. But no, that was real because so in your opinion, right? Because I've heard he said he felt like that M wasn't pushing Slaughterhouse.
Right.
Like it was something that was
Missing.
Missing, meaning M had just sold these millions of units. You come into you guys' project don't work, and he's kind of, I don't want to say he blamed but he kind of alluded that M's fans didn't fuck with y'all.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, it's like you guys were talking earlier about the shift in the culture and the way that technology plays a part now and social media. I believe we came in at a time on Shady where M didn't have to do so much shit. He was used to having one formula to make things rock. But that formula was changing with the times. So what M did, he said, okay, that first round, that's on me. Y'all go back in and make another album, and I'm gonna just let y'all rock. Do whatever y'all wanna do, handle it the way y'all wanna handle it, roll it out how you wanna roll it out, just do you. We all agreed and went back into the lab. That's my problem with, if you agreed to go back and record another album and give it another shot, why are we still talking about
And this
that
the
other
second
album?
or this is third?
This the second album on Shady.
Shady.
First album was E1, Slaughterhouse self-titled. Second album, Welcome to Our House on Shady Records. Third album, Glass House.
Right. That's the one that they
That's the one that never
Which
came out.
before Shady, you guys had proved that an indie route could be successful. I think.
Correct. Correct.
Right.
I mean, but I moved to New York for like a month and a half, and we did the whole Glass House out there, just us, how we wanted to do it. They gave us the ball. And then, you know what I'm saying, the team broke up.
I thought it was like something else. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little, what is it called? Befuddled? Perplexed? I'm befuddled because I thought it was like way deeper than that. So you telling me it's like the way you just simply just said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things with Slaughterhouse, you know, that we need to talk about, but
I mean, obviously, it's
But when it
four
comes-
egos.
Yeah, when you have that many people, you're gonna have something's gonna happen.
yeah,
you know?
I'm not gonna hold my breath though.
Lyrical bars and it was a brotherhood. What'd you say?
Well, I mean, you know, I thought it was.
Right.
I thought it was, and then at times I said, you know what, I don't think it was.
But if one person isn't brotherly, does it make all four brotherly, or?
No. You know, it's just, I'm just cut different. Like, you know, I got 3 Slaughterhouse tattoos. You feel me? Like when it was going down, if anybody was in trouble, I was there with them, and you know what I mean. I'm just, it was just a different scenario.
Not to bring up spilled milk.
Yeah,
but,
it's just a different.
But
it's
I just
different.
remember how serious it was when an incident happened in L.A. With 2 individuals. How personal you took it. How people were saying, man, Crooked out here wilding because of I believe someone's hands got laid on in L.A.
Yeah.
And that was personal for you. That wasn't bitter.
That was very personal because I feel like if you on my coast, you should feel comfortable to move around, and I would hope that that's the same way if I'm in your city.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I took it
even
personal.
though it was 2 city niggas.
Even though, because all parties I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like, why would you do that? Because I felt like it was a spit in my face.
How awkward is that? Like, let's just say it because we was talking in code.
Right.
Joe Buttons and Raekwon, they got into some shit in L.A. It was on your grounds. Joe kind of live streamed the whole kind of thing, which was, he kind of brung trolling like the first, because I believe, I don't know, something happened, and then.
The Rock the Bells shit? The shit that happened in Rock the Bells?
No, that's not Rock the Bells.
Yeah, it's Rock the Bells.
Yeah, behind.
No, that's Rock the Bells. But it's LA.
backstage.
Yeah. Rock the Bells, I wouldn't Rock the Bells out here with
No,
Redman.
Rock the Bells, yeah.
I mean, I'm
and
good.
Ray is your man. Raekwon is your man too.
I love Ray. And he was like, but I said, Ray, dog.
It had nothing to do with you.
You know, why on my coast? So, we came up there with a football team because the way Joe sounded on the phone, I said, I better bring the whole city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And believe it or not, some of my people fell out with me over that.
Because they wanted to ride?
Well, they wanted to ride, but they fell out with me because they feel like Joe didn't respect them. And they was ready to go 100% for Joe. So they felt like he didn't respect that at all. You know what I mean? And I fell out with some of my people that I came out the sandbox with behind that. You know what I'm saying? So it was an ordeal, but you know, luckily, I'm the type of dude that's gonna go to the OGs, the triple OGs, and say, yo, man, should I go? They like, it's your call. I'm like, yo, man, you know, I got love for my man Ray. You know what I'm saying? I got love for people, different people in the Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to go talk to the OGs, and they was like, look, man, you might just wanna lay low on this one, you know what I mean? Because look how your man is acting towards us. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a bunch of crap, but I mean, I'm good with Ray, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with Wu-Tang. I speak to him often. RZA is my guy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy that it all turned into something positive, you know what I mean? Because I don't like that low vibration shit. It makes me feel, I don't like the way I feel when I feel like we about to have to do something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, goddamn. Yeah, you know, it's just because, you know, out of everybody in Slaughterhouse, when I look at it, I feel like you took it most personal. Hear me out. Meaning, I felt like, you know, industry, we don't believe in the industry after a while. Like after a while, I just was like, man, this is just what it is. But I feel like you was like somebody that was like, yo, this is a brotherhood.
Right.
I'm gonna honor that.
Right.
Not to say that they didn't honor it or anybody didn't honor it, but I just feel like me from the outside looking in, I don't have no inside information.
Right.
You know, I'm just looking as a fan. I can be a fan too, and I'm looking like I knew those certain situations you took personal.
Right.
I knew certain situations you wanted to honor it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't think it's over.
You don't think what's over?
For Slaughterhouse?
Slaughterhouse. I don't think.
It's a wrap on that, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, damn.
Oh damn!
It's
I calculated that wrong. Be the first to admit it.
Hey, but talking about crews, being that we are drink champs, we gotta acknowledge the whole Alcoholics crew, the Mix crew, King T.
the
Like,
Alcoholics.
I'm such a fan of that movement from back then.
They
Like,
birthed us.
I mean, yeah, they birthed us alcoholics, or however you, whatever, positive or negative, whatever that means. But what's up with the crew as a crew? Is it?
Oh man, as far as King T is the person that I have the most like.
He's such a legend, man.
He lives right around the corner. He lives right down the street from me.
Wow.
So you know, I really feel good about my relationship with him. I know J-Ro, Tash. J-Ro's back in LA. He moved to Sweden for a while.
Yeah, I know. He was doing like a hip hop school or something.
Yeah. And then
Tash hit me on the text the other day.
Tash and Eastwood are in Vegas. Yeah, but I mean, when we see each other, it's all love.
How did the crew get created though?
King T created it.
But I'm saying, was it like collectively, like all y'all, this is what it is?
No.
This is Alcoholics, and this is the crew, the Lyrics?
No, King T, actually, J-Ro, E-Swift, and Tash were a group called ESP before they were the Alcoholics, right? Tash and E-Swift are from Ohio.
Yeah.
And so when they came through, and J-Ro from Pomona. So they all got together, and King T was like, yo, y'all need to change ESP, which was like something street poets.
Didn't they have a group EST, the Unusual Fellas, on the East Coast?
Everything street poets.
Okay.
All right, so that was it. So they just like, no, King T was
You
like,
was there during all that?
No, it's written in hieroglyphics. No, but King T created is like, yo, you guys need to call yourselves the Alcoholics. Alcoholics got signed to Loud, and then I think after that I was the third. Yeah, I came on second, from after the Alcoholics, and then the Far Right came after me.
And it's such an extension of the crew too, like the Dilated Peoples and whatever. Like you can keep going, like so many people.
Absolutely, it was a family. We all used to run together.
Yeah,
That was like the first Wu-Tang of the West Coast. Like the Wu-Tang of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Man, can the West Coast have another reign? Like it's had before. Like, I mean, you guys have eras from NWA.
How can you say it's not raining right now?
Yeah,
as we
well,
speak?
I mean, ain't that what
new
Kendrick
reign.
doing?
TDE killing it right now.
I'm not including them in that. I'm saying a new one. Like a brand new one.
Like you trying to talk about like what we call like the golden days.
Can it be another golden days on the West Coast?
When Death Row and motherfucking and
TDE is definitely
but they're saying like to us, who to say that to a certain generation, it is going through a golden age with TDE.
No, we already got
TDE,
TDE. I'm saying another one.
Guys.
We already got that.
So you're saying that's one
brand new.
That's another one.
Brand new.
We got 2020.
It's just gonna look different. It's just gonna look different.
It's gonna look different.
And we saw that one, so it's not gonna feel the same. But it's gonna look different. But it can happen for sure.
Because like we didn't want the guy with the rainbow hair, but he did. But he did bring a couple of trophies home.
Yeah.
And we did claim the trophies. We was like, yeah, there go. We needed it.
Mind you, Tito broke our trophy.
He broke our trophy. But I think, you think the face of music is going to continue to change like that?
Yeah, dog.
I think our value system of what we used to make, our judgments on hip hop has changed.
Yeah, we the OGs.
Not ours.
Yeah.
No, no, you're right. Our judgment won't change, but their judgment will.
Yes, the consumers
and our judgment
and
don't matter.
And the goalpost has been moved. So we used to be able to judge people's success by plaques. We used to be able to judge people's success by awards. Now it's kind of like the plaques aren't. People get excited for 200,000 records sold and 300,000 records sold. Now
you are only doing it. I'm talking about
60,000.
40,000. Celebrate.
The numbers that used to be put up on the fucking
I ain't gonna lie, I think we got a lot more money than them. I ain't gonna lie, because they numbers is funny. I ain't gonna lie.
How are you excited over 60,000 records sold? When it's like we had to reevaluate what is valuable with this whole shit.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So we can't look at it the way we used to look at it. So that's why people are able to become superstars overnight through this streaming shit.
Came back.
And through these other things, but then you got to look at the longevity of it. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, they turn on and then they out of here in the next year. So there's a price to pay for that instant fame.
But the one thing that I do give the new generation that is so fucking awesome is they can go direct to consumer.
Absolutely.
That's the one.
That's great for everybody, not just the new generation. It's great for all of us.
Yeah. So
but are they? Because a lot of them are claiming to be going direct to consumer, and then you pull the curtain back.
Some distribution.
And they got a major label who's fronting like they indie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's been going on for a minute too.
I don't like that because it makes these young kids rapping that don't have a label deal or don't have anything. It makes them feel like, well, if he could do it like that, I could do it like that. And I'm steady trying to tell you, he's not doing it like that.
Right.
There's always a Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
It's false prophet.
You know what I'm saying? You giving them false hope.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's making the music shitty though too, because anybody can make it. Like anybody can literally, I seen a tweet the other day. I think I posted it, and Who? Okay. And I see the tweet, and they said, back in the days we would wanna, make a record like Rakim, and we could never make it.
Supposedly
Will I Am is another part of this.
Oh,
and he said, but you can't never make it. He said, the thing is nowadays, these kids can listen to a record and say, you know what? I can make that record. And really make that record.
Yeah.
That's like, we couldn't do Gin and Juice over. Can't do that. And make that shit a classic. You can do Please right now.
Right.
And make it the same shit. But right now, you could actually do whatever.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Excuse me, thank you. Whatever these kids is doing, you can actually do. I got a Xanax as a perk.
You need a Xanax as a perk for that shit to sound good.
Big pharmacy.
Give me some little bit syrup. Oh, that shit. Oh, you heard what he said.
Yo, I will give them one thing. At least they peaceful about the shit because
Right.
It could be a
Back
whole
in-
other
in-
thing.
in
Nobody
our
getting
era,
shot. Nobody getting shot.
You know
in
what I'm
this generation.
saying?
It's very
People
true.
used to beef over. You can't just jack somebody's style of,
Yeah.
or bite somebody. You know, now they can all sound like each other and do the function
Get along.
together.
And
get
future
along.
each other sounded like each
No
other.
problem. There's no problems. You know what I'm saying?
When we came up, it was hands-on hip-hop.
What? We were so hands on.
On site.
Pardon the left.
A lot of cases. A lot of cases.
Hands-on hip-hop.
We were so hands on, man.
Now I forgot. What's your relationship with Benzino? That's your man, right? Benzino.
Me and Benzino, I think he said something about Slaughterhouse. And it was at a time where I didn't understand that when you go into another level, people are gonna say shit.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I thought that I still had to react to every fucking thing that everybody say.
Right.
You know, now I understand I don't have to react to shit nobody say. You know what I'm saying? But he said something negative about Slaughterhouse. And I was just in that mode, like, yo, nah, man. You know what I mean? And then him and Royce had a little back and forth.
Yeah, that was
And,
funny.
and it was crazy because, you know, I used to fuck with Benzino.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
'Cause I think
And
he came with a
and
complex. He
Dave-
bigged you up.
And Dave Mays, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I respect what they put down with the source. And,
Right.
you know, that's the original Bible of
Yeah,
hip hop.
for sure.
Right, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I just hated that I probably handled that a little wrong, you know what I'm saying, to be
Right,
honest with you.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because-
believe him bigging you up, him coming on here, and him actually bigging you up, like saying the exact opposite of
Yeah.
what was happening at the time. He's like, yo, nah, Quick is my man. He don't know what's going on in the room, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah,
I was
man.
like-
I mean, you know, Zeno cool, man. I just, like I said, dog. I was just in that space, dog. You know, sometimes you in that
Like,
space.
when you loyal, when you're loyal,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
you
You
can't
just-
see, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to see it
right.
anything else. When you riding for the team, you're supposed to ride
Ride
for the team, and then everything else later, you're supposed to say whatever. You know what I'm saying?
This is the thing. Zeno genuinely cares about the culture, whether you agree with some of his views or not.
Oh no, yes.
He
his views
genuinely
is crazy.
Yeah, his views are crazy. But he genuinely cares about the culture, like he's a hip hop head, you know?
Yeah, but he is 1,000,000% for the culture.
Yeah.
He is 1,000,000%. And you know, sometimes you know your heart can be in the right place.
Right.
Yeah, I think he probably
Yeah.
did whatever he said. See, it's so crazy. I don't even fucking remember what it was about.
Yeah.
But I think it had something to do with us being attached to Eminem and M.
Of
and
course
his,
it
Well,
is.
obviously,
Yeah,
and
of
his
course.
history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and plus I wasn't even around then. You know what I mean? But you know, silly shit like that.
Yeah, man. Hip hop. I actually love that we can grow. I actually love that people can, like, I love Drake and Meek Mill's situation right now. Like, and I love that Drake even made fun of it, like, and posted a meme. It was like, yo, if I hurt you, and I ain't, like, and then you seen that shit, like, when him and Meek, they squash it. And I think that's what makes hip hop dope. It's like, yo, we can beef, but as long as no one got their hands put on, no one gonna hurt, then we can also, make amends and then make money and then help 16,000 other people make more money. I feel like that's.
Amen.
I feel like that's what the East Coast, West Coast is. It was a big misunderstanding, and now look at it. You can't go to the East Coast without seeing a West Coast dude on the East Coast. I can't go to the West Coast without seeing a East Coast dude. Like, and it's just. But we wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for some type of like not to say we respected the smoke, but the fact that happened.
And what it is today.
It is what it is today.
Yeah.
Like, to this day, I go out there and everybody, when I'm in LA, most of the people I see is from New York people.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in New York, everybody's like, man, we both got the opposite goal.
You
It's
trying to
always
do
a West
things
Coast
out there, they trying to do things out
it's
there.
always funny when I get with Ice-T, because I'm like, what's up, motherfucker? He's like, I live over here. I was like, damn, I want to live where you just left. We're the exact opposite.
And Ice love New York, man. He
Yeah.
out there killing it, man.
No.
Yeah.
But doing movies, you gotta be in LA, correct?
No, a lot of movies, believe it or not, get booked in LA, but a lot of movies are filmed in other places, like Vancouver, Atlanta. Film can happen anywhere, but the business is in LA, and the people that really are pushing buttons and the studios are there. You know, so if you're gonna come there as an executive, as an actor, you will at some point come to LA.
Have to.
Yeah.
Have to, goddammit. I'm not gonna lie. You got the best weed in the world. I remember let me tell you something. I don't know if you remember this. Now I got another story for you.
Yeah.
I was on the West Coast one night. I just left out of some club and I stood outside smoking and you was outside, you held me down. You don't remember this? I was outside smoking and you was looking at, you was like, this N.O.R.E just by himself?
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Chilling?
I remember that.
Just chilling. I was like, yo, I had already got soaked in and yeah, man. Because it was scary for us at first. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Biggie thing. Like
Right.
that shit. That's some scary shit. Like for us, because we were too young to understand what was going on. We were too young to understand that a diss record could lead to come on, tell Rory to come in. He ain't back. All right, yeah, he calling me. Yo, Rory, come in here. We want to put you on the podcast. Where you at? You sound drunk. All right, come inside. I said he sound drunk. I ain't even hear him. That's how you know I'm out of line. Well, so it was. I remember after Big dying. I don't care what the record label we was on. We would land and they would make sure we had security.
Yeah.
And I was like a non-security dude, and it was just like it was something we couldn't fight, and we were like literally like shook of that. And I remember none of us hung out. Like none of us came.
Right.
And it was one of those days, and I came out and I said it. I remember I even actually said it. I was like, man, New York dudes don't hang out. He's like, don't finish that. Don't finish the sentence. I don't know if you remember. He was like, yo, chill. Cause I was like, all right, cool. Cause it was like literally like taboo at the time. Because that was real. Like we hadn't seen death in hip hop. Like we seen death in hip hop, but we ain't seen purpose death in hip hop. We seen like cancer and diabetes and shit like that. So it was real. So where we at now in hip hop, it's a beautiful place.
And that's the exact same thing I'm talking about when I came to New York, because that was one of my first trips to New York. You know what I mean? And I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
I'm on Death Row Records, you know what I mean? I'm going to the East Coast, shit, I might be lunch, you feel me? So, when you did what you did, you feel me? And that's what made me say, you know what, this is a solid dude, man. You know what I mean? I'll never forget this moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I like how you say giving the people their flowers and all that.
Yeah, please.
Like even X is a 100 dude, period. You can't find people in the industry that's 100 like that. You know what I mean? So when you do, you got to give them their flowers while they're here. You got to say it on public platforms. People act like it's illegal to tell the truth sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But this dude right here, 100.
Or not only to tell the truth.
Thank you, bro.
To show love.
Yeah.
To show love. Like, one of the craziest things is us to say no homo, right? I get it. But a lot of the times if I say, yo, Crooked, man, you know that verse you got on there? I might just say, yo, no homo. Why? Because your verse was hard?
Because you're showing love?
You're showing love.
Right.
And the thing is it's a taboo on our culture. When that should be the exact opposite. That should be like, we shouldn't even say that. We should be like, yo, man, you killed that.
To give people a compliment.
You know what I'm saying?
It should be mainstream, like,
show them,
Yeah. Show love.
And we gotta change that in our culture. We have to.
Let's change it.
We have to. Like, this is why Drink Champs is it. Like, so many people, we received, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't wanna front. We received so much slack. We put on OT Genesis and we put on Young Dolph recently, right? People that's probably not considered legends.
Right.
But we wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. They knew brothers, they coming up, they doing it. And we built this ship so bad that the fans did not give a fuck.
Our original core fans.
The core fans?
Right.
Oh, but, Yeah, come on, Rory's in here. Yeah, please, we gonna get him in. Come on. We sure we got his mic? We don't got another mic, come on.
No, he's got the boom mic, right? No.
Nah, get this away. I need the Duce.
Oh, that's right. The Duce Palooza. Let's make some noise for the Duce Palooza.
That's the founder, right? Started in that motherfucker's crib right there.
So let's be clear. Y'all was down when he sent him.
Yeah,
We sent him was not recognizing the culture. He was not.
they weren't. And we might have to cut this because they tried to send us a C&D.
Wait, who was down with the show?
No.
They had a game called Sunday
Just drinking because we grew up drinking.
Right. On the show, I'm saying.
And it started, my man Kim, who's right over there, started in his apartment. And to get in, it was like, you gotta bring some chicken, just on some regular game night, regular shit. Because in New York, it was club life. You was in the tunnel, all that shit. I'm 28, so my era, the club died. We had nowhere to go. So we had to do this new shit, like, all right, let's come up with some other shit. Nobody wanna go there. So we came up with this loser shit. We hashtagged it like jokingly, and the shit picked up this traction. And we were sitting there like, all right, we might got something here. Took that for a year. It was invite only, like you gotta know somebody in Harlem, like that type of shit. And we was like, all right,
You could hear him on the mic.
we could probably sell some tickets this way. That shit passed. We was like, we could probably go around the whole country with this shit. 6 years later, Hov, being the businessman that he is, said, man, get them motherfuckers away from me. And he said he wasn't fucking with me. We tried to meet with them. He said, we're gonna cut this, by the way. I'm putting my hand up for edit. I worked in production. We're gonna cut this. I'm just doing this for the room. He said, don't fuck. All right, the consumer that he deals with, they don't fuck with the people that buy their product.
I heard that about Santa Margarita.
And we gonna
Peter
cut this.
Grigio.
I'm gonna kill anybody with a phone. I came with people with
Yeah, smoke some weed. Smoke some weed, please.
I worked in
Be careful who you're killing in here, bro. Be careful.
He said only fucks. He said trying to target old white men and old Asian men.
Right.
So all
Very specific.
our consumers, they wanted no parts. So Hov came in and was like, man, fuck them. Come on, Duce. So this year we did Duce Palooza. It's fuck out of here for Hennessy.
God damn it, make some noise.
All right.
We definitely gonna cut that part. I like it.
I grew up with it.
But you know Crocodile?
I know,
Yeah.
You know that he's on the Joe Budden's podcast.
Oh, really?
You didn't know this is Rory?
Yeah, man.
He said, oh, really?
Nah, that's, yeah. I'm familiar.
Yeah, familiar. There's never gonna be a slaughterhouse again? What do you think?
this is an ambush. I didn't know.
I didn't know neither.
This is a total ambush.
No, it's not an ambush.
You knew he was here.
Crook is love all day.
Right.
This is an ambush. I just want to make that clear.
No,
It's a total ambush.
no, it's not. No, it's
Because
not.
I love you.
No,
I didn't know
I love
he
you
was
too.
doing the slaughter.
You didn't think it was weird that he was telling you to come back quickly?
No.
Slaughterhouse is none of my business. Why would
That's
y'all
true.
ask me about slaughterhouse?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
Why
great.
would I have
That was a
anything-
great response. I respect that. Listen, I respect the
Joe
response.
do is Crook and Joe.
Right. No, I respect the
I
response.
love Joe. My loyalty is always with Joe. But why would I have an opinion on slaughterhouse? That's nothing to do with me. At all.
I got an opinion on slaughterhouse. You're not smoking. I got an opinion on slaughterhouse. I want you. You know, if Drake and Meek Mill
Where you going with this?
can move on, I think eventually Slaughterhouse can. Because I think it's too important to hip hop to let that go. Me personally. I don't know where everything lies from wherever. Because I don't know everything because I'm also an artist too.
I don't know if you had an agenda here with the slaughterhouse.
No, I don't.
I'm not gonna say a word. That
I-
has to do
I don't.
with- We could talk hip hop, but I don't.
Yeah,
have any
it's hip
opinion
hop.
on
Slaughterhouse
Slaughterhouse
is hip
and
hop.
what
I don't
they
know
do.
if you knew that. But, yeah.
I'm not putting no words towards Slaughterhouse.
I mean, they're very hip hop.
As a fan, do I love
But
Slaughterhouse?
that's like saying, like, if I was to ask you about Wu-Tang, right? If I was to say, yo, Wu-Tang, you would say, fuck, hell yeah, you want
But
Wu-Tang
Method
to get
Man's
back
not one
together.
of my best friends, so I can comment
That's
objectively.
great.
I can't objectively talk about Slaughterhouse. One of the members is one of that's family to me.
I respect that.
So I can't, and that's their
respect
business.
that.
It's not my business.
I respect that. So how about MOP? I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you, bro. Bro, you from Queens. You're not set up. You can relax. Please, can you get a shot of Tiger Ball? You gotta relax.
Get him a shot. Get him a shot of Tiger Ball.
Get a shot of Hennessy. Get a shot of Hennessy.
Can we get a round of applause for your project this year?
I don't know what project we talking
5E.
about. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rose.
Can we talk about my favorite part of that intro, man? What's the bar? I'm about to get rich
off of pure personality.
Again.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You
Rory,
be
I
trying
just
to
so you
applaud
know.
everybody but yourself.
That's right. That's good because I stay ahead like that. You big up everybody else, and then no one can pay attention to what you're doing. But Rory, I want you to know you was not set up.
I do have a little beef with you.
Oh, here we go again.
Now the setup changed now.
I'm a professional now.
Okay.
Last time I came here when I was on here, it was cool. It was like really, this is like some real professional. You got the whole, we was in a different room.
Are you trying to say I stepped it up?
This
Are
shit,
you
yeah.
trying to say
y'all doing takes like this ain't the coolest bitch. Y'all slowed out.
Oh, we been sold out, brother. I don't know where you been at. Oh, we been.
I'm sorry, you're not saying the checks.
Listen,
Last time I was here, this shit was like some cool kickback shit.
do you see your man's show? Your man, they got hair and makeup.
Oh no, they do the punch.
And they got stylists.
They do the
Your man got stylists. At least we don't do hair, makeup, and stylists. Your
That's
man?
debatable.
No, we don't got no hair, makeup, or stylist.
I didn't see it, but
I'm not gonna lie. Look, if that nigga here doing hair and makeup, he is a different. He's a barber.
Yeah, and we still got people with gats in their bag right there.
No, we good. You all right. We are a different show, but let me just say something right here. Let me big up to State of the Culture. Let me big up to Joe Buttons, what you do. Let me big up to the Joe Button podcast and everything y'all do.
Congrats,
we are fans and it's love. And
it's a community.
and the thing about it is,
if y'all succeed, we all succeed.
Same with y'all.
Kind of a new uncharted territory type
Yeah.
shit. Like the more with our Spotify deal,
Right.
that just gave people more worth. Like when they saw what we was worth for that Spotify deal,
Yeah.
Right.
that means the next podcast that comes up that has the same numbers as us, I know what we worth because I know what they got.
Right.
Right.
So when y'all did the Revolt shit,
Right.
like Rap Radar, all that
Right,
shit.
yeah,
Anytime we do this shit, like I know people try.
We're all uplifting each other, man.
I know we do the funny shit, like
No,
all fake beats.
nah,
That's
yeah,
just, our nature.
Yeah, but it's not with me. The thing about it is this. This is what I believe in. I believe hip hop should control hip hop. Now, what I mean by that is, I love Hennessy, right? I'm lying. I don't really love Hennessy, but I love Moet. I love Moet, right? But if I had a choice, I would like to own my own version of Moet, right? And I would like that to be on the table. To me, in a perfect world, is if I'm going to get socks, them socks is owned by somebody that owns something in hip hop.
Right.
If I'm going to get news, I want, like I said, I say it all the time, I want Jim Jones to be my weatherman.
Right.
Like when I get the weather, I want it to be a nigga like Jim Jones rolling the backwards saying, yo, shit is real in Brooklyn today. Bundle the fuck up. Like I would rather that. Like if I'm going to go see sports, I would like to see Jada Kiss being the person that's telling me, yo, listen, the niggas, the Lakers, they gonna rent a ship this year. I would like it to come all from hip hop. Like that's my dream. My dream is I never have to go outside my culture. And now, with that being said, our culture can't be racial. It can't be, blacks and Latinos. It has to be everybody. Anybody that love hip hop, that's our new race. Is hip hop. Nigga, we all bonded. We all congested together because we're all repping that one flag, and that's hip hop. And I think that's what's gonna save humanity. I'm sorry, I got way too deep, right? No. This is not really Dream Champs. I'm sorry, but
It is. And we gotta shout out David Banner, who was here. He's one of our guests before, and he talked about that everything he was wearing except his pants.
Yep.
He owned it. Like he
owned it.
And well, hip hop came through and changed the economy in the hood. You see what I mean? It saved a lot of lives and it changed the entire economy. You got a dude rapping, you got a manager, you got a producer, you got a promoter, you got a graph artist, you got a hip hop exec, you got people getting checks, all because of the culture.
Right.
And if it could do something as powerful as that, it could do exactly what you wanted to do, N.O.R.E.
But when the culture started changing the economy of the industry, that's when the culture started changing.
Did the culture change or did mainstream rap just come into play?
Because
the culture is still, I seen people down the street.
Oh no, absolutely.
With the cans on the walls, you know what I'm saying? I go to Italy, I see people out there, they repping.
Because wasn't you
real
like
hip-hop.
for like president of Death Row at one point?
Yeah, he wanted to give me an exec job. You know what I'm saying? I know
And then,
Corrupt had a
Dame
job.
Dash bid off of that, and he made Cameron. But no, I believe you came. Pause.
But that's
I'm
how
gonna say you
Suge
came
was.
first, and that wouldn't have came out. But am I correct though?
Well, me and him talked about executive positions, and you know, Suge is like this. I'm going to go meet with Leor, and I want you to learn the game and get your business IQ up. So I'm going to take you with me, so you could just soak up game. You know what I mean? And that's how Suge was. So you know, and he wanted to do like retirement funds for artists. He wanted to do health. You know what I mean? Insurance for artists. But every time he tried to do something on that level, he got resistance from the powers that be. And sometimes that resistance comes in the form of the feds knocking at your door.
Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese.
You see what I mean? So he had that mindset though, absolutely. He had that mindset.
Well, big him up. God bless. I want to thank you, Xzibit. I want to thank you for coming out, showing the love, because honestly, this is what makes us who we are. We got to keep saluting and supporting each other. I want to thank motherfucking Crooked Eye for motherfucking
King
pulling
Crooked.
I
up.
brought y'all some sticks too, man.
Oh, that's cigars?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm into that.
You know,
I'm into that.
Romeo 1875 is like my favorite, man. You know what I
Okay, so
mean?
that's like Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, the Romeo and Juliet joint.
Okay,
It's a
you know,
love
I'm here.
story like Jimmy O said.
here.
You know what I'm saying?
And I also want to thank you too, Rory. I also don't want you to think there was a setup at all. I just
Nah, it wasn't really a setup.
No, it really wasn't. I just figured.
It was just, we thought you had
Questioning
insight that would be good for the
Nah, I don't care
convo.
about that.
I gotta keep this. I gotta smoke this tonight.
That's
Personal matter.
Well, just being, you know, we know what it is. You know what it is. It wasn't an ambush.
Tomorrow.
Figuring, you know, I was
get
like, that
done.
was a great connection right here. It's,
Like,
you know,
I actually brought you up. Like, I was like, he's here. Like, he knows all
Yeah.
this.
I mean,
Hell
people want to know. That's how strong the Slaughterhouse brand was. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
I'm an
to this
outsider.
day,
Not
people
even is.
still want to know.
Yeah,
You know
nah,
what I
you're
mean?
right.
I'm
It
an
is.
outsider.
It
Let's
is.
be clear. I got no inside information at all. But as a hip hopper, as a person that knows that 4 different lyricists got together and did some crazy shit, and I don't know why it's going. I know that the M shit played a big part of it.
Right.
I know
Because
that.
I mean,
That's
M
all
is
I
my
know.
man. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And I what you said? I'm sorry.
M is my man. You know?
Of course, yeah.
And let me just ask you, Rory. And again, it's not a setup. But did you think?
That's how you know it's a setup. Yo,
But did you
yo,
think
no
Joe-
disrespect, but here comes some disrespect.
But do you think Joe went kind of too far when he was critiquing M's album, or?
I think a lot of things that Joe said were made up. If you go back and look what he said on Everyday Struggle, I think it got blown out of proportion.
Like,
I think that's
news
exactly
shit.
what you
I
said.
will
Like,
say-
people unravel, like, they
Yeah,
interpret it differently, is what you're
I think
saying.
a lot of shit went to the headline thing, and just knowing Joe personally and how much he loves M and respects him,
Right.
shit got blown out of proportion, though. If you go back and look what he said on Everyday Struggle, I challenge anyone
So
that thinks
clickbait
he wild
shit.
on M. to
He
go
used
back.
the word trash, and I think that was
What was the? Do you remember the context exactly of what was trash?
untouchable, I guess. He said it's trash, throw it in the rice or some shit. You know what Joe be saying.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, that's going
So
too
that
far.
wasn't on the Joe Budden podcast. That was on Everyday Struggle.
The thing that everyone was talking about was from Everyday Struggle.
Oh, okay, yeah, continue.
It wasn't from our podcast.
But did he clarify it on your podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we significantly went through it, and
Okay.
you know, I'm always as one of his close friends,
Right.
the first person to say when he bugging, and
Right.
I don't think he was bugging.
Right.
He
Well,
stayed
I mean,
quiet
I
for a
think
long time.
I think
And
he
again,
was.
Honestly, I don't want to.
I know you don't want to have that conversation. Yeah, but
problem.
Platform with you because what y'all
Yeah, that's
doing
on- that's
got
on-
nothing to do with me.
I got
and
you,
I
bro.
don't want to be here to talk about it.
But,
I
but
respect
my
that.
whole
I'm here
thing
because I
is,
love N.O.R.E. to death.
Well, I love
I
you
got
too.
you, bro.
Right.
My whole thing is that, like I was saying, dog, if you got a little issue with somebody, pass on the critique of their album and their singles. Because how can you be fair? How can you come from a place that, you know what I mean, you just listening to it, you setting your personal feelings to the side? I don't think so. You know what I mean? And I just think that with everything that, see, me and Royce, we very hands-on with Slaughterhouse. From the beginning to the end, me and Royce the 5'9".
And
So,
in all fairness, I'm sorry to cut you off extremely, and I want you to finish your point. But so we're talking about Revival, right?
yeah, we talk
Right.
about Revival.
But then Kamikaze actually came out after that, which was the am I correct? Is that
Yeah,
the name of the album?
Kamikaze came out right after.
So do you think M felt that, like, a little bit? Like not from Joe particular, but I'm just saying, just he think that he felt that from the fans, so that's why he went and made Kamikaze. Is because
I think he was inspired. I think he was inspired by his critics.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think he was inspired by his critics. Fair. And he just went in and that's him. He's gonna speak his mind. I mean, he's done it his whole career.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he was just inspired. He went in and he made some shit. And you know, like I said, dog, it just, like I said, me, Royce, we went in the trenches for Slaughterhouse. You get me? So when you go in the trenches like that, and if you got a communication line with your brothers, then you talk to your brothers like, yo, this is what I'm about to do. Is this gonna harm anything that you guys are doing to try to get Glass House out right now? Because I don't like my time to be wasted. If I'm flying from Cali to New York, sitting in them offices fighting for this Glass House shit on my own time, let me know if you're gonna throw a grenade at that shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. And I won't get on that plane. You feel me?
I got this guy.
Yeah, all right, yeah. We're gonna wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. It got awkward.
It got awkward.